Thanks for the reminder. Okay. That is the dichotomous key we are going to study. Someone has said it is a system of grouping organisms in groups of 2 until we reach the last organism. Someone is writing it is a tool used to classify organisms in the world of organisms. Maybe then the word I would ask you, you're using the word classify. So what does classify mean? If I told you, classify those people, what are you going to do to the people? I'm going to pick some of the hands that are still up. Joyce. Joyce, I've asked you to unmute. I don't know if we can behave. I turn off that security option so that when I call your name, you just talk. Okay, let me try. Joyce, you can unmute and share with us. What do you understand by classifying? Okay, Joyce is having issues. Okay, Peace is telling us to group in the same character, aren't you? Yes, Joyce.
Teacher, unmute means?
Pardon? Joyce, did you answer? Okay, Jaden is saying by classifying, they understand grouping. Then Jubilant is saying whether things are living or not. Gadi is saying grouping according to classification. We are all on the right track. Grouping by characteristics. Yes. When we say we are classifying, it means we are putting things into groups. We put them in certain groups according to the ways in which they are similar, the ways in which they resemble. And the dichotomous key can be used for that purpose. We are going to see that to make that dichotomous key, a person must have the ability to group the organisms into, you put them in groups, and in each group you make sure that the things which are in that group have something in common. So that is what we use. But the dichotomous key is not only used for grouping. We are going to notice it is also used for identifying. When you make a dichotomous key, another person should be able to use it and they get to know the name of a certain organism by using your dichotomous key. When they use it to know the organism or the identity of the organism, it is being used for identification. I can find someone standing somewhere in a blue shirt and a black trouser, but I'm wondering, who could this person be? Now, when I look at the dichotomous key and I follow in the first group, maybe they are saying all those wearing trousers. I say, my person is wearing a trouser. Then I check all those wearing a trouser. Maybe I go to the next couplet and I find they are talking about those who are not wearing shirts. I say, my person is wearing a shirt. Then I follow somewhere where they are telling me so that I see whether the person is wearing a blue shirt. Then I find a name written that if the person is wearing a blue shirt, then that is Teacher Kajimu. So I will have used my dichotomous key to identify. And we are going to use, therefore, dichotomous keys in that way. Someone is telling me to read the answers. I read the answers until I went to something else, okay? All of you are talking about grouping. Thank you very much. So we are going to start an exercise. And I would like this exercise because I know all of you have shown me, you know what a dichotomous key is. All of you have shown me, you know what a dichotomous key is. So we are going to use a lesson to try and construct a dichotomous key. And then we move along together. Okay. This is what we are going to use. Let me enlarge it a bit so that everyone can see whatever there is. This is the practice we are going to do. So today I have brought 6 organisms. And we are going to use them in today's lesson to construct a dichotomous key. All of you have correctly told me that when you think of a dichotomous key, you think of grouping organisms. And how do you group them? You group them according to the similar features or characteristics they have. So we must have the ability to write out the features that these organisms I have here, that they have. When you write out those characteristics, you will be able to group them. Now, Joyce, you have started annotating, and that one is not good. Now you're disorganizing me. Joyce, I hope you've done that by mistake. Does that mean you couldn't see what was on the blackboard? Okay, I hope that makes our life better. So these are the organisms. Victor, please don't. If you can't see properly and you're using your phone, hold it the way you would hold for what? Selfies, how do you do it? Hold it in what we call landscape, so that the picture is bigger. Don't worry about the words. I'm going to read them out for you. Okay, so in our books, can we write the following? Those who can see them clearly, you're going to write these things that I've highlighted. Let me make them color yellow so that they are visible. Can we write that in our books? First, write the question. We are going to observe the specimens in the image and list as many characteristics as we can about each specimen. So for each specimen, we are going to write like 4 characteristics. Okay? That is the first activity that we are going to do. Then after that, maybe we first do that quickly. And since in your classes, you're used to working in groups, I'm going to put you in groups. You spend there only, these are how many specimens? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're spending there 8 minutes to list down the characteristics that you can. Then the groups will come and present them quickly. Is that okay? Now what is that is happening? So I'm going to create some breakout rooms where we go and discuss quickly. So you'll be 9 people. So go to your rooms and share quickly the answers that you have. Then when we come here, a secretary will give us the answers. Now let me make 6 groups, sorry. I'm going to create 6 rooms. Each group will be chosen randomly and will present on one of the specimens. So we can now move to our groups. But when you are there, get answers for all specimens because you do not know which group you'll go to. So we can move for 6 minutes.
On the video. Kacho weda ola bidao.
Okay, welcome back from the breakout rooms. I entered some and some people were doing serious work, others were doing other things. So we are going to see which group was serious from our presentations. I thought at school when they put you in groups, you do serious work. But some of you, it was not yet very serious. But okay, I'll reshare the organisms that we are talking about, and then we start our discussion. We'll go the groups. I think we can do it randomly. Can I have the person presenting for group 6 pick any of those specimens and share about them? Who is presenting for group 6? You raise your hand, so that we know that you're the one. Okay, Gali. Gali, you are free to pick any of the organisms available. And
Madam,
talk.
Okay, we discussed about the housefly and what its characteristics are. It has a hairy body. It has 3 main body parts. It has 3 pairs of legs, and it has compound eyes. So that's was our discussion.
Thank you very much. Can someone show us the housefly on this chart? Let's use talking. I don't see a housefly. Bridget.
A house.
Okay, Peace, you're answering.
A housefly, that's letter Q.
Yes. So can we maintain the letters that were given? When you get to this kind of work, please do not rename the specimen. There is no housefly here, but there is specimen Q. Is that okay? So then when they tell you to observe the specimen, I expect you to look at what you are seeing. The image I gave you, can you see a hairy body?
No.
No.
So can we have, I'm going to pick another group to improve on the answers of group 6. Some of them were correct, so we maintain them. Group 2, someone from group 2?
And teacher, specimen Q. It has 6 legs. That's all I can see. I've been observing.
That is very good. Let the rest of us build on that. We all agree when we look at specimen Q that it has 6 legs. I think you can see this pair that is below the wings. Eh? So it has 6 legs. Can the whole class add to that? Joy, Kamanzi, I see your hand is up.
Yes. It has 3 pairs of jointed legs, and each pair has a curved claw.
See, in my image, could you see the curved claw? Let us talk about what we are seeing. So far we are all agreeing on the 3 pairs of jointed legs. What else are we seeing on specimen Q? I expect at least 4 answers, which are correct. The first group gave us some others. Can we top them up? Okay, I still have hands up. Tasha?
It has compound eyes.
You can't see the compound eyes. People look at that thing. It is this one where I am highlighting.
Madam, I can see.
Teacher, we can see the 3 main body parts.
Oh, let's be clear.
Madam, we can see the compound eyes.
How many? Do you see?
2.
Okay. If we can see the 2 compound eyes, 2 compound eyes are there. Someone is talking about body parts. Can we hear that answer properly? You wait and your friend finishes talking, then you talk. I didn't notice. Joyce?
It has 1 pair of wings.
Very good. We can see 1 pair of wings. Beautiful. So far we have agreed on 6 legs, 1 pair of wings. People have smuggled in, I'm allowing 1 pair of compound eyes. Anything else that we can see about this? The number of main body
teacher,
parts. 3 main body parts. Okay. What else? Does this thing have antennae?
Yes.
Look at it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
How many? 6 antennae?
2. 1 pair of antennae.
So can we all edit what we have written on specimen Q? Group 6 has led us in that. We picked on specimen Q, so we now have about 5 characteristics. 1 pair of wings, 6 jointed legs, 3 main bodies. Now you see why I mute. Some of you don't know how to mute.
I'm going to bring it.
So I was emphasizing the characteristics. Check that you have written 4 characteristics on Q because we need them in making the Dichotomask Key. 1 pair of wings, 6 legs, 6 jointed legs, 3 main body parts, 1 pair of antennae, and also the 1 pair of compound eyes. Let me hear from group 5. Can we lower our hands? And someone from group 5 puts up their hand. Jayden, were you in group 5?
No.
I want someone from group 5. Maybe we can rename and indicate our groups so that I find life easy. Gali, you're the one who answered for group 6. I don't expect you to answer for group 5. Okay. Namuju?
Teacher, I'm in group 1.
Okay, let's hear from group 1. Namuju, tell us, which specimen are you picking here?
Madam, me, I have a question.
Specimen.
Just wait, I'm listening to 2 people.
And
who has a question? First wait, Namuju. Who has a question?
Tasha.
Yes, Tasha, ask.
Okay, madam, I'm confused about the group thing, as in which group was I in? Because me, I didn't even see anything like group 1, group 2, group 3. I did.
Okay, sorry. Those who did notice the room they entered. When I invited you, you should have noticed the breakout room you went to. But don't worry, you'll get a chance to talk. Over to you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth?
Specimen T.
Okay, you've picked T.
It has a segmented body. It has 1 pair of short antennae. It has many short legs.
Very good. Anything else?
It has 1 pair. It has 1 pair of mandibles.
You could see the mandibles. Oh, yes, I can see them. Okay. That is beautiful. 1 pair of mandibles. What else? Okay, those are beautiful. Thank you very much. Those are beautiful answers from Elizabeth. Can people add on that? Let us talk about the shape of its body.
Madam, would someone please name the specimen?
No, we don't need the names. When you're doing these, and you'll find them in your practical exams, the name is not important. What is important is for you to describe the specimen, and please maintain the name that it has been called. So here we have called it specimen T. That is the name of the specimen. Is that okay? So you talked of a segmented body. That seems to be characteristic of all of them. Please wait, I first finish. Segmented body is common to all of them. So we might not look out for it, but anyway, we can leave it. Okay. Anyone adding something on specimen T that Elizabeth's group could have left out. Peace.
It has one pair of legs per segment.
Beautiful. But can you see that properly? Peace's group said it had many legs. But I don't know if we can see that it is one pair. They might be two pairs. So that one which you can't see clearly, you first leave. After all, there are others which you can see properly. Okay. Any other one topping up on what the group has given us? iPhone, please just rotate your screen so that you can see clearly instead of annotating on our diagram. Okay, so we finish with that specimen. Can I have another person pick up another specimen and we share on it by show of hands? Please, I think you've picked a specimen. Did you pick any? Let me pick someone. Dr. Quincy, but your name is similar to Peace's name. Tasha, didn't you pick any specimen? Okay, Tasha, pick a specimen and guide us. The rest of us are correcting our notes. Yes, Tasha.
Madam, specimen R.
Yes, guide us in specimen R.
It has no wings.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw, does it have an antenna? It has an antenna. An antenna.
Or an antenna or a pair of antennae?
Okay,
Yeah,
a pair.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying no wings, one pair of antennae. Continue.
Then it has, is it two main facet? That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. You've taken us well. Can people top up on R? How many legs do you see R has? Let me pick someone to supplement. Joyce?
It has 3 pairs of legs.
Beautiful, which we can call 6 legs. Please note that one down. Then what else can we say about the main body parts? Why it's not so clear. Do you know of anything with 2 main body parts and 6 legs? No. This is one part ending here. Then there is this one here in the middle, which seems to have bigger segments than the abdomen. Let me hear from someone. Nicholas?
3 main body parts.
It has 3 main body parts. Very good. So we have finished also specimen R. Someone said it has no wings, has 6 legs, 3 main body parts, 1 pair of antennae. Can we supplement T? Does T have wings?
No.
Please add that characteristic in T because you forgot to say it. Okay, beautiful. I want someone else to pick another specimen now.
Me.
Someone who hasn't spoken.
Me.
Patricia.
Me.
Yes, Patricia.
Yeah, specimen T.
Specimen T, okay.
Has 8 legs.
Has 8 legs.
And it has two main body parts. Yeah, that's all I can see.
Okay. Anyone supplementing that? Does it have wings? Some of you, your microphones have stayed on and I'm not comfortable. Let's try and behave.
Me, Jemima.
Jemima, I want to speak. Okay, top up on that specimen.
Specimen T.
We finished with T, Jemima.
P. Sorry.
We are on P now.
But then I
You're
can't
saying,
see
does
the
it have
picture.
wings? Oh, does P have wings? Those who are saying it.
No, it has no wings.
It does.
It has no wings.
Okay. Let's add that it has no wings. We are left with two specimens. Okay, I have someone else pick another specimen. I for next R. I don't like that name, I'm sorry. Please rename. Esther Agatha. Pick a specimen. Yes, pick a specimen and talk about it.
Specimen Q. It has wings. It has 3 main body parts.
We finished with Q.
Yeah, finished.
Q, we finished. Pick another one. It seems network is disturbing you people.
Yeah. Specimen.
You can pick U or S.
S.
Okay.
S. I can see it has antenna.
How many?
And I think 2 pairs of antenna.
2.
No, 1.
Look closely. How many?
Okay, 1 pair of antenna.
Okay.
And also 6 legs. That is all.
Does it have wings?
No, it has no wings.
No.
Beautiful. Our last specimen is you. Who is going to dare with you? Someone. At your top, let me first mute, then I pick someone. Ethel Dora.
It does not have compound eyes.
It does not have?
Compound eyes.
We only saw compound eyes in one. What does it have? Tell us what you're saying that it has. Okay, Ethel is suffering with that. I'll get someone else to take us through. iPhone XR, my friend, please just rename. Shannon. Share with us about
it has long antennae.
It has?
Long antennae.
How many are they?
It's 1 pair.
Surprisingly, this one has 2 pairs of antennae. These ones you see here, I don't know if you see where my cursor is, but it has 2 pairs of antennae, okay? At least you saw that it had antennae. Can we continue? How many body parts are you seeing? Main body parts. Pardon?
2.
There are 2.
I think it has 2.
It has this big head. Do you see it stretching all here? That's what you call the cephalothorax. And then it has the abdomen. So it has 2 main body parts. Then the legs. Can you guess how many legs you're seeing? I see 2 coming in. It has 2 legs. Oh, that one came earlier. People.
Yeah, there are many.
There are many. Like how many could they be? 4, because 4 is many.
4 pairs of legs.
Have you counted exactly 4? Now, maybe the image is not very clear, but when you get back, you check the crabs and lobsters. They have 10 legs. So they are more than 2. So at least now you have listed those characteristics. Now I want us to do something else. This time I might not send you to the breakout rooms because you're spending so much time there doing little work. Now we are going to construct this table together. First, wait, there are some people whose hands are going up. Do you have questions? Let's hear the questions. Okay, iPhone XR, ask your question. If not, you lower your hand. Okay, you have no question. Peace, do you have a question?
On the characteristics of specimen U.
Please
it has a segment. It has a joint head and thorax.
Hold a second.
The head has a sharp snout.
Can you see it here?
Yes.
Which one is the sharp snout? The two main body parts we said, this one where my cursor is the cephalothorax, which means the head is joined with the thorax, and then it has an abdomen. So on that one, you're right. But when you're doing dichotomous keys, you write what you're seeing, that is number one, and you don't make it complicated. You don't need to name the parts, but you're seeing that it has two main body parts. That is what is important. Is that okay? iPhone,
yes,
iPhone, I didn't know you were having issues with how to use the phone, my dear. Yeah, I thought you knew how to use it. But I'll erase what you've put. Okay, now let us go to the next. We are going to construct a table in which we look at these characteristics: number of legs, antennae, wings, and we could use type of abdomen. To help us, these are the characteristics that I have chosen that will be used in constructing our dichotomous key. Because you managed to write many characteristics, but we have picked out only these ones, which I have highlighted. So this is the format. I'm going to scroll down and we construct the table together. Is that okay? So can we draw the table in our books? We'll construct it here. Okay. Seems like I can't do so much. Okay. The table is going to have only two parts, something like that. So we are just going to write the characteristic. All of us are writing. We have the characteristic here. Where did my C go? And then this side, we will write the variations. It's very important for you to know variations in a characteristic. Those variations are the ones we are going to use. So I'm using them for today's lesson so that they guide us. Have we all copied that table? And the characteristics, we expect to write number of legs. Sorry. I'm sorry, I did something not correct. So the first characteristic is going to be number of legs. So can you look at what you've written? How do the number of legs vary in the answers you've put down? Do all the specimens have the same number of legs?
Not really.
So what is the difference?
Specimen S.
Okay, when I ask for variations, what are the different ways in which the number of legs are coming? Do some have one? Are some lacking legs? Do some have 20? What is the variation? Is my English hard?
No.
So I'm waiting for ideas there. Okay, let me ask this clear slowly.
Madam, pardon, please.
How many legs? Let's answer this together so that you understand what I'm asking. How many legs does specimen P have in your answers?
8
8
legs.
legs.
4.
8 legs.
8 legs.
8
legs.
legs.
Then
8
how
legs.
many does specimen T have?
None.
T does not have
One
legs.
pair. One
Many
pair of
legs.
legs.
Madam, it has very
One
many
pair
legs.
of legs.
Many legs.
Many legs.
Each segment.
Thank you. So
Many
T,
legs.
someone who is saying one pair of legs, please correct your answers.
One
For
pair of
T,
legs
we
per
said,
segment.
but we said we are writing many legs.
Many legs.
Yes. Okay, so T has many legs. P has 8 legs. What about you?
Many
5
legs.
10
legs.
legs.
10
10
legs.
legs.
10 legs.
10 legs.
5
Very
pairs.
8 legs.
10 legs.
Now I'm disappointed. Some of you are not recording what we agree, and it's going to affect you when you're constructing the dichotomous key. So U has 10 legs. But if you check R, Q, and S, how many legs do they have?
R has 6. Q also
Brianna?
has 6.
R has
I
6
think
legs.
I think they all have 6.
They all have 6 legs. So when it comes to number of legs, in dichotomous keys, we are supposed to break each characteristic into two variations. Now we have seen there is a specimen with 10 legs. There's a specimen with 8 legs. There's a specimen with many legs. And there are 3 specimens with 6 legs. So we are going to split that characteristic into 2. That if we were to put these organisms into groups, there would be 2 groups. One group with 6 legs. Then how would we describe the other group? Would we say it also has 6 legs?
No, I think we would say maybe specimen with more than 6 legs.
Beautiful. So those are the characteristics we shall expect. Either the thing has 6 legs. Okay. Oh, sorry. This computer music doesn't have the space. Either it has 6 legs, or we are talking of more than 6 legs. So we must talk about it in that way. Let's go to the next characteristic. We have antennae. Oh, sorry. Let me first push this very down. We have the antennae. I hope we are recording this in our notes. So we have antennae. Can you give me the variation in the antennae? Look at your answers. Now it should be easy. I want 2 groups for the antennae.
Short antennae.
Pardon? All of them have antennae, isn't it?
Yes.
No.
But there is something without antennae, this one. Do you see antennae?
Yeah, spider.
The spider does not, no, not spider. What is the name of this specimen?
Specimen P. It has no
Specimen P
antennae.
does not have antennae. Very good. So we can split into 2. Are they present? Or are they absent? That category will take up the spider which doesn't have. Do you get it? So all of them are breaking down all the organisms into 2 characteristics. Let us go to the wings. Which 2 groups can we divide all these specimens into in terms of wings? Big brother, you've raised your hand. Big brother Major. Thought you had a question. Answer. Okay, Tasha, you have something to share? Joy?
we can divide them into one pair of wings and no wings.
Or maybe wings present.
I think wings present and absent would be better. But if you're
Yes.
stuck, the other one
Yes.
cannot work. So let us
But
have
I don't.
sorry. Someone is making a comment.
I don't think we need to classify and maybe say one pair of wings or wings. I think present and absent will do better.
Yes, present and absent will do better. You're following well. We need the numbers when we are breaking down to smaller groups. But now we are not yet, we are looking at a big group. So we can look at whether the wings are present or they are absent. What was the other one? Type of abdomen. Many of you did not talk about it. Type of, sorry.
Okay. With long abdomen and then
Long abdomen.
Someone is talking of long abdomen. Long is one dimension. Can you talk about it in two ways? Long and what?
short.
Broad.
Long and short.
Broad and narrow.
Broad. Okay.
Broad and narrow.
Can you
Broad.
describe the abdomen of T?
It's long.
Just long and thin, isn't it?
Yes.
Long and thin. The same we should say, I think, of the abdomen of S, isn't it? But if you check the other ones, we can say they are broad. So we could look at abdomen. I will say. Hello. Okay, now that we have finished, we are now going to construct our dichotomous keys. Do you think you're ready to now construct the dichotomous keys?
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
say a few things before you go ahead to construct. When you are now making the dichotomous key, remember where you started. We keep putting the organisms into groups according to what is similar. Here I have 7 specimens. Some of you don't know how to mute, unfortunately. Here I have 7 specimens, 6, sorry. But I can put them in groups according to things which are making them similar. Now I can choose that. Let me first, maybe we can construct one dichotomous key together and then another one you construct on your own, okay? I want to use a characteristic that you will not think of, this last one. For me, it's what I'm going to use to construct my dichotomous key. Are we together? Oh, I muted you. You can't say yes, but can you answer whether we're still together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Please, when you unmute, quickly mute. So now to construct our dichotomous key, we use statements. And what we do to these statements is we write each statement with a pair of characteristics. Let me point this out very well. For example, we can write the first statement. It is number 1. Statement number 1 has part A, which will be a statement, and also part B, part B, which will be another statement, sorry. My computer does funny things. So if I am going to use the type of abdomen, I can say something like specimen has, has a long, thin abdomen. Are you seeing that? What other version would I put? What would the opposite of this statement be?
Specimen
Specimen
has a broad
has
abdomen.
a broad abdomen.
Beautiful. I could also talk about specimen has a
A
broad,
broad abdomen.
good.
Specimen
So
without
you notice that, sorry, what have I done? One thing I'm pointing out, you will notice that always in these statements, there is something which has to come out. Divide the organisms into two groups only, okay? Ever, and make sure they are all there. So if I have chosen to start my Dichotomask Key by using that type of abdomen, in these statements that I've written, long, thin abdomen and a broad abdomen, I have put all the specimens. You notice that I have two specimens which have a long, thin abdomen, specimen T and specimen S. Now, I cannot stop there because there are two. I will tell someone that when you find that it has those, please don't stop there. Go and check in statement number 2. Are we all following?
Yes.
Now, I go to statement number 2. Let me put it here. In 2, I am taking only the specimens which have a long, thin abdomen. Let me go back to our picture. Which specimens have long, thin abdomens?
Specimen T and
T and
specimen
S.
Very good. So now I'm going to look at T and S and find a way of making them different. How are they different? Is it in number of antennae?
Me, I think it's number of legs.
Beautiful.
Number of legs.
Very good. So I am going to use the number of legs. So my first statement, therefore, will be, my first statement is going to be, my computer is disturbing me with the things it's writing. Will be, so number of legs, how can I differ them? Can I show them to you? Someone give me a pair of statements that I can use to separate S and T. Raise your hand. A statement that can someone give me a statement, 2 statements that I can use to separate specimen S and specimen T? You have told me I can use number of legs. So, let me pick someone. Hannah.
Teacher, may I can say that specimen has 6 legs, and then I can then here specimen has more than.
Okay, she's talking of specimen has 6 legs and specimen has more than 6 legs. I think that can work, eh?
Yes.
We have specimen has 6 legs. Does that one, are they many with the 6 legs that we are identifying at this point?
No, it's only one.
Beautiful. It's only one because in couplet number 2, we are dealing with only, first wait, someone has a microphone on. We are only dealing with those specimens which had long, thin abdomens. And there were only 2, specimen S and specimen T. This one and this one. You have said one has 6 legs, so that is S. Another one has more than 6 legs, so that is T. We have finished identifying those ones. So our work on them, and when your teacher is marking you, you already have the first marks, okay? So this will be specimen S. Then we continue to B. Oh, sorry, I used caps. and we say specimen. Sorry, there are more than it. I hope we are copying, because I'm going to make you write your own dichotomous key, which will be different from mine. You can use any characteristics. So this one we said is going to be specimen T, isn't it? So those two we have finished. Okay, now we have so far identified S and T only. Okay. Since we have identified only S and T, we go to these ones which have a broad abdomen. And did you notice the ones with a broad abdomen are many? If you look back at our picture, we now have specimen R, U, P, and Q. Can you give me a characteristic that I can use to split them into only two groups?
Specimen with
don't wait, and we can do it different ways. So when your friend picks a style, don't complain. Nicholas, your hand is up. Yes, Nicholas. Oh, Nicholas has gone. Victor.
It has wings.
We can use the wings. Okay, so give me the two statements I'll use if I'm going to use wings. By the way, don't forget, you come back up here and tell someone that if the abdomen is broad, you are now going to couplet number 3, because the next pair of statements we are going to are for number 3. I hope we are still together with you all. So, Victor, you were giving me the variations, the two statements I'll use. What will they be?
It has wings. It has wings.
It has wings, and the other one is?
Has no wings.
Okay, good. But not it. You write a full statement that the specimen has wings. Let me copy this actually. Specimen has wings. And the other one, we have said the specimen does not have wings, and life becomes better. Okay, what do we write? I hope you are all copying. Does not have wings. Okay. What is happening to my phone? Okay, what do we, any that we are identifying fully, or we are still suffering with those specimens? The one which has wings, are they many?
No, it's one.
So we are going to identify that one. So which specimen is that with wings?
Specimen Q.
Very good. We have finished with Q. So a person who didn't know that that thing is called specimen Q will now know that, okay. Now, what about those which do not have wings? Are we left with one also?
No. No, that's two.
Check on your diagram, on your answers. So this one is out, isn't it?
Yes.
So we are left with 3. So what do we write here? Down here.
Go to 4.
Go to 4.
We shall now tell someone to
go to 4.
Okay, and when we go to 4, we take there only the specimen which do not have wings, but which have a broad abdomen. I hope we are all understanding that. So you don't take everything. So I want you to look at them and tell me what I am supposed to use to distinguish them. Let me go back and use them. So you keep checking on your specimen or on the characteristics you wrote. Do you see the specimen we have now? We have R, U, and P. So guide me. What can we use to separate them?
Antenna.
Leg.
Antennae.
Specimen with two main body parts and the one without.
Good, that is one way. We can talk of two main body parts.
3 pairs of legs.
Oh, hey, you're talking many things, people. I like all the ideas. Let me capture all of them. It is up to you. You can talk of two main body parts and 3 main body parts. R, which has only 3 main body parts, will be identified, and you remain with these 2. Someone has said you can use the legs, 3 pairs of legs, but these ones have what? What would you say to remove these ones? More than 6. Beautiful. Another one talks about using another one, we could use antennae. Do you see that P does not have antennae?
Yes.
So P does not have, it goes off, and the other ones have antennae. So can we choose which one we are going to use? But all those that I've talked about work. Etheldora, pick one of them. She has gone. Nicholas, can you pick which one we can use?
Antennae.
We use antennae. So then give us the statements we are going to use on the antennae. It will work. So what do we write?
Specimen has no antennae.
Okay. We have no antennae. Sorry. No antennae. Do we know the name of that one? Do we know the specimen?
Specimen P.
This
P.
will be specimen. You said what?
Specimen P.
P.
Good. That will be P. Then the other one we could use would be?
Specimen has antennae.
Very good. So you people, you're very good at writing the Dichotomask keys. Why were you telling me? Copy that in your books. You should be writing. And here, are we left? What is happening?
Where is the madam?
I'm also wondering about where has she gone?
Guys, maybe
Where is madam?
Let's
So is the lesson
Madam has
over?
What's wrong with madam?
Guys, what is teacher?
Class is dismissed.
I am back.
No.
Okay, have a minute, guys.
Okay, people, can we finish this up? We had seen couplet number 4. I'm sorry. We had seen couplet number 4, and we said those which have antennae and which have no wings, we are left with our two specimen here, R and U.
U.
And we separate them. Tell me how we can separate them. I hope you can see them. Okay.
The number of body parts.
Yes.
Number of legs.
Beautiful. So can all of you finish it up in the way you want? And you're going to share with us how you finished. You can use number of legs as you said. You can use number of antennae. You can use number of body parts. I'm waiting to hear yours. Okay, when you finish, your hand so that you share with us what you have used. Dora, I keep calling you and you fail to talk. Can you talk now? Unmute.
We can talk about the number of body parts.
Yes, talk about them and I hear. So which two statements shall we have here if we use body parts? Ethel, I'm still listening to you. Which two statements? Give them to us.
Specimen is the first specimen. It has 3.
Sorry, 3 what?
3 body parts.
Main.
Very good. Oh, someone is telling us we should say 3 main body parts. Okay. Which specimen is that?
Specimen R.
That would be specimen R. Okay, beautiful.
Specimen R.
Where did my R go? Okay, then the second statement would be what?
Specimen R.
2 main body parts.
Okay.
2 body
And which specimen would that one be? With 2 main body parts?
Specimen
U. Very good. So I want to say you have done a great job of classifying this specimen. Did you follow what we did? You always must make sure that the specimens you're dealing with have all been divided into 2 groups. But when you remove some specimens, those ones are gone. Don't continue with them in the next statement. So when you're constructing a dichotomous key, you must be very careful. So I'm going to give us homework. For me, the one I have done with you, I started with the nature of the abdomen, whether it was long and thin, with the type of the abdomen, whether it was long and thin or broad. So the homework I'm giving you, construct a dichotomous key. We are writing it. Construct a dichotomous key of specimens P Q, R, S, T, and U. Now, for me, I'm going to make you start from somewhere else. I'm just giving it so that we practice, starting with either number of legs or antennae or which other one can we try with? Because for me, I started with the other one, eh? Or wings. Yes, you can start with wings. Okay. You are going to just construct one more dichotomous key, and you are free in the dichotomous key that you're going to construct. You can choose to start with the number of legs. If you don't want, start with the antennae. If you don't want, start with the wings. If you don't want, no, don't start with type of abdomen. Teacher is the one who did that. Is that okay, my dears?
Yes, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Remember to write the couplets. Let me emphasize certain things. Each pair of statements is called a couplet, and it is numbered and then has part A and B. Write full statements. Specimen has this. Specimen does not have this, okay? This statement was not correct, has a broad abdomen. So do that. Then maybe homework, which I can give you because we are going to take a whole week before we meet. This one, I'm going to share it on the group. It is a question on classification because some of you said you have issues with classification. So I'm going to share this on your group and you
Madam, you're still copying the question.
I'm really sorry. I had gone off. Let me finish.
I want to sleep.
Sorry. You can go and sleep. Okay, so the question is here, but I said I'm also going to share it. You'll have it in your WhatsApp groups. You will use this question to revise some bit on classification. Then we shall do more in the next lesson. So you have 2 assignments. You're going to construct another dichotomous key and also to answer this question. I was saying before someone told me he felt like he was sleeping. Okay, let me hear from Kimberly. Someone has raised her hand. Could you put it back if you want to talk? Otherwise, oh yes, Agatha, you can talk.
Okay, teacher, I just wanted to ask, when I was at school, my teacher told me that, okay, while numbering the couplets, it depends on each, like on the number of specimens they have given you. If they have given you 6 specimens, you have five couplets. If they have given you maybe 3 specimens, you have 2 couplets. Is it really like necessary for the number of the couplets to be maybe to be like maybe less than the number of specimens they have given you, or maybe it's not necessary, or it is just a by the way? That is my question.
Thank you. Your teacher was very correct. When you're cross-checking your work to know if you've done the right thing or you have made a mistake, the number of couplets is always less than the number of specimen by 1. Let us see if we have done the right thing today. That my daughters and sons who are annotating are back. Let us see. We have 6 specimens, isn't it? So how many couplets are we supposed to have?
5.
5. And can we cross-check? Did we get 5 couplets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your teacher was very correct. Use that to cross-check. If you notice that you have 6 specimens and you've got only 4 couplets, you know there is something you have not separated. Or if there are 6 and you have 6 couplets, then there is something you have repeated. So here we are very correct because our couplets are less than the number of specimen by 1. So that was a good question. Anyone else with a question, you raise your hand. I have muted because Bernard, the behavior was beginning to change. Anyone else with something to ask? Esther Agatha, I don't know if you have. Your microphone is open. Okay. So if we don't have any questions, I want to wind up there. I repeat, the homework, which is going to be done in a whole week, can you imagine, is that you're going to construct a dichotomous key of these specimens, P, Q, R, S, T, and U, but you're starting it different from the teacher. You either use number of legs, antennae, or wings. When you're done with that, you will also attempt this question on classification. I hope by the time we meet, you will have done all those assignments. So can we get someone to, I'm going to share this on your WhatsApp group. Can we get someone to lead us in a word of prayer as we close? Nicholas, oh, Faith. Faith, you can lead us in prayer.
Let us pray. Dear God, we thank you for this afternoon. Thank you for the lesson. And thank you for our teacher who has taught us. We pray that let us keep what we have studied in mind, and may your guidance always with us. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much for that lovely prayer. Members, have a lovely day. Ethel Dora, you have chosen to try and see if you can annotate. My dear, I think you've noticed it works.